Good morning, people, and welcome to Your Morning Cup with Chuck, where I help you get inspired, educated, and motivated to a point where all you think is positive thoughts, baby, and positive thoughts create positive action. Welcome to the First Cupkc. This podcast is powered by Podcast.
Welcome, everybody. Welcome for another episode of the First Cupkc. Today, I have a very, very, very good friend of mine, Robert Bobby Terry.
What up, everybody?
Yeah, man. So, Robert.
Yes, sir.
I like Bobby, man. I like Bobby better, man. It makes me feel a little closer, baby. Man, I miss you, man. It's been a long time.
Likewise.
God, man.
Likewise.
Father of two boys, older, and a younger daughter.
Yeah.
So, you got her set up. She protected.
Oh yeah, she is big time. She's loved like crazy.
You a husband?
I'm a husband. We've
Owner?
been married for 17 years.
Man.
You know? And,
Crystal.
Crystal Terry, Crystal Bowden Terry.
Yeah.
And so
Man.
It's just Crystal Bowden, that was her little name, when she was hot stepping, back in the day and all that. So she still keep that Crystal Bowden Terry.
Right.
But nah, she's straight. That's Crystal Terry. That's my baby.
Yeah, man. You guys are doing a lot in the community, man. I've been following, I've been watching. So you graduated from the School of Advanced Hair Technology.
Yeah, Advanced Hair Tech. It was right off of State, Kansas City, Kansas.
Mm-hmm.
Off of, I think, like 34th and State.
Mm-hmm.
Somewhere in that vicinity right there. The name has changed big
couple times.
Yeah, a couple times.
Former master barber at Holt's
Barbershop. Yep.
And you said from there, I'm taking off.
Yeah. Yes. Love my experience there at Holt's Barbershop. It was Milan for Hair before Holt's Barbershop. I did 7 years at both barbershops. And at Holt's Barbershop, that's James Holt's big brother. That's Big Brother. Mm-hmm. Because James Holt's, he poured into a lot of us. He was always an icon in the community. When he first started that barbershop, I just remember back in the day, just everybody dreamed of working at Holt's
and being the barber next to him.
Yeah, and Holt's still to this day. I mean, he's grinding hard. He's when we went through some things last year. My wife, we had to go more with my daughter because my daughter, she has Down syndrome, and not only that, but then we struggle with epilepsy, battling epilepsy,
right,
and all of that. And so we was in the hospital, stuck at Children's Mercy for a minute, and James Holtz, he called me up, and just gave me a lot of love, and told me, was like, man, no matter what, I got you, I'm praying for you and stuff like that. So we still have a strong relationship to this day, and that's Big Brother, I refer to him as Big Brother.
So he put the spark in you,
yeah,
to be bigger and better. What was the thing that drove you to start the Crisp Cut brand?
It was just something that just kind of naturally materialized. I was sold into the vision of Holt's Barbershop. I was totally, completely sold. There we had a lot of talented brothers. That now they own their own barbershops as well,
right?
And just through conversation, we all talked about trying to work together, but we end up eventually just all kind of independently doing our own thing, and working there, at Holt's, we're connected to the community.
You are.
Barbers are connected to the community, inextricably connected. I want to make sure I say that word right. Inextricably connected to the community.
Right.
And so it was like, man, we was dealing with a whole lot, there at the shop. We had a lot of, there was just a lot of things that was going on, because when we're in
you're right there in the middle of the hood.
We're right there in the middle of the hood,
and the people coming in, going, and whatever's going on in the community, it's going on in the community everywhere. So
exactly.
I get it, I understand.
Yeah.
But my thing is this: so you were in Holtz, and you left, and you started Crisp Cuts. Where was the first location? Where did you get this location in?
Our first location was in Merriam, Kansas. So Johnson County, but a small little city within Johnson County, Merriam, Kansas.
Right off the interstate.
Right off the interstate,
yeah.
Right off of I-35.
Yeah.
And Johnson Drive.
Mm-hmm.
And so we was right there by Turkey Creek and in this little building right there. It's hard to explain, but we really wasn't that visible.
Right.
We weren't that visible, but man, throughout the years, because we started back in 2008, 2007, the vision was birthed in 2007. The vision manifested, it was 2008, 2009.
Yeah.
When the vision manifested, and we started there. It was me. There was a young female barber. Her name was Toy James. She was there.
I remember her.
And then from there, there was other barbers who started showing up and stuff like that. And that's when we started to go through that grit and grind, of really trying to get the name out there. A lot of people really didn't have that much faith in us because, they're like, y'all urban barbershop, y'all opening up in this concentrated area, that's predominantly
Caucasian. And, Hispanic and
exactly.
Oh, I know. I sat in them chairs, man, and I didn't know it was there. My brother is the one who told me about it because he stayed right down the street, and I walked in to get a haircut, and dude, as soon as I walked in, the chairs were full, and I'm like, dude, this is like a cubby hole. Like, you can't even see this thing. So you were in that strip.
Yeah.
And the strip was like the north side. It ran north and south.
Mm-hmm.
And the north side of the strip was up against Merriam, up against Johnson Drive.
Yep.
And at the end of the strip was like back towards Turkey Creek, out of sight. So you couldn't even see your barber pole unless you drove by the strip mall.
Yeah.
But you had that place packed. How'd you do that?
Well, there's a good friend of mine. A good friend of mine, met him, back when he was younger, and he's a strong entrepreneur. He comes from the dot, as well, Wyandotte County. And he and I recognize when I was at Holtz, I recognized a gift that he had, which was graphic digital design, and his specialty was in websites. And so I was always forward thinking, as far as, like even when I was at Holtz, I noticed I'd be looking around and like, man, credit cards are here. Y'all, we need to start accepting credit cards.
Yep.
And other guys be like, man, screw credit cards. Man, I'm about this cash. I'm gonna get this cash. People are always gonna carry around cash. I'm like, man, I think we need to be forward thinking. I think we need to, go with the credit cards. And so I literally set up a terminal at Holtz Barbershop, a credit card terminal. And we were swiping cards, way before it became popular.
Yeah.
We was doing all that stuff over at Holtz Barbershop. And so along with that, I had this website that came along with that I subscribed for. And that's one thing that really helped me understand, because when I had that website design, it was designed so nice and the concept looked so nice that, and it's going to get to David. I'm going to hurry up and get to David, but this is what kind of led to David. It was that website right there. When we had that and put that thing out there, man, that thing was grabbing Caucasian brothers, from out in Johnson County, and they were driving into the hood to get their hair cut.
Right.
Because they looked at the website, they looked at everything and all that, and it was like, whoa, hold up.
Y'all hitting everybody.
Yeah. And so now I began to realize, I was like, hold on, this ain't no,
urban.
Yeah, like
everybody.
The struggling black man, whatever type thing. It's about, your presentation, what you put out there. You got to make sure you put out a really good presentation. You put out a good presentation, people going to react to that. They're going to respond to that, but, and so when I seen that, and it was funny, man, because these be some, some, cool white brothers, man, that would, come from, Johnson County and stuff, but then they would come into the hood, and I guess they wanted the barbershop to look like what the website was putting out there.
Right.
And I would see the disconnect, like as soon as they open up the door, I just see the facial expression, like, man, what the, like,
where we at? Is this the right place? Yeah. It's like, oh man, I think, man, just sit down, man. We got you. Just sit down.
Yeah, man. And so I took notice of those things, and so when so David, like when I met David, and me and David began to become real tight, and then there was also spiritual things that David and we both really kind of just agreed upon, and we kind of became like brothers, and I started telling him about the vision with Chris Cuts, and I was like, hey, man, I'm working on, opening up a shop, this and that, I was like, man, I would like for you to, design everything up. David was just on board with it. He was like, man, let's go, let's go. And so spent some good money with him and everything, but man, he knew how to take the vision and then materialize that vision. Mm-hmm. He knew how to do that. And so we did that, and then there's other things that we worked on, because both he and I are nuts when it comes to business books, and understanding, like,
guilty,
man, like the three-legged stool of businesses,
yep.
Lead conversion, lead generation, lead conversion, client fulfillment services, and even more, things like that. And so just really began to work on the business and just go hard to attack all those different areas, so we would run and operate as a business.
Right.
That we wouldn't just be hustling.
And is that when you started? Because one day I was in there getting my hair cut. You were talking about taking the inside of the shop and remodeling it to look more modern. Mm-hmm. And to fulfill not just the people in there getting their hair cut, but also the people that were in there waiting on them. And the next time I went into the shop, I seen the difference, but you kind of like pushed me to another location, which was that your second location up off of Corvera?
Yep, 7625 Corvera Road.
Yes. What happened there? What got you from the nook
yeah.
to blast it? Because I mean, you're like literally, you're by, wasn't it a laundromat there, liquor store, in and out, easy in and out, man. And you were packed. Like, yeah. Dude, I was like, yeah. It's gonna be all day before I get this cut. But
yeah, I mean, it was tough for us to shut Johnson Drive down. It was tough for us to shut that location down, because that location, still to this day, I mean, there's a couple other barbershops that came in there even after us, open, and still, people still, will go over there and patronize those businesses as well, based on that hardcore work that we done over there, but there were certain things that we went through, like with, the landlords, as far as trying to help beautify the place, stuff like that, marquee signs,
yeah.
and improvements that we wanted to see there, but they didn't want to make the improvements.
Right.
And so we knew that we had to make a move. And so we found the location at 76 in Quivira, and then we chose to expand there. And now we tried to keep both locations open.
Right.
And we did that for a minute, but then it didn't work because the improvements, we had to build upon more things. We need to add newer systems, stuff like that. We had to really kind of look at how we were running the business. And then some shady things started going on with that barbershop and the guys that was there. And so we had to shut that down, because that wasn't the kind of culture that we wanted to be out there.
Right.
We want to make sure that we protected our culture, because we're a family-friendly barbershop. That's what we always promote. We always put out there that, and just like you've seen, like, man, you come to our barbershop, you see everybody there. You see every single culture. You see from Latino to white to black to Asian to Middle Eastern to just on and on and on and on. And we push our whole team to, you know, to be good at their craft, you know, when it comes to every single texture of hair, you know, and not only in their craft, but also in their character. You know, we push our guys on, man, you know, come in here with a good attitude, positive attitude, you know, and most of our people that adhere, you know, to our policies and all that. I mean, right now our staff is probably at, you know, we probably got about 20 barbers on our staff. Man. You know,
and how many locations that you got now?
Well, right now we have 2 corporate locations. So we have 7625 Quivira Road. We have 4201 South Nolan Road in the Independence Marketplace, right off of 70 Highway.
I know where that is.
Nolan Road.
I used to do the lights up in that little shopping area.
Yeah.
It's just so you talking about you get off on Nolan, you make that right and go up a little, and it's a shopping center over there.
Shopping center right over there.
I used to do the lights there for an old company I used to work for, so I know exactly where. Dang, that's open too. Yeah. I mean, you got 40 Highway right up the street, right there. Well, if that is 40 Highway, right?
Our Independence location, our Independence location is just blowing up.
I know,
you know, it's blowing up, man. We're thankful for all the community support. You know, as we're expanding and doing these things, just like even with our first franchise location that's opening up in Midtown, Kansas City, Missouri, 3437 Main Street, and Mr. Percy Starr, big ups to you, my brother. He's the owner that's opening up that location up under our brand, Chris Cuts.
Franchising. So you franchise the barbershop.
Man, we work real hard. I spent a lot of hours from behind the barber chair learning how to get from behind the barber chair, getting to an office, sitting down, reading a lot of books, talking to certain people, talking to lawyers, attorneys, talking to CPAs, talking to so many different kind of counselors and stuff like that, writing everything out, drawing everything out, looking at processes and systems and certain things that would just challenge me, because I would share a lot of these things with other fellow barbers, and man, and there would be some, you know, trepidation, you know, like, man, this ain't never happened in our industry, you know, like what makes you think that you can, you know, and man, and somewhere, you know, with your vision, you just got to step out there. You just got to step out.
Somebody got to do it.
You got to bet on yourself.
Yeah, and you bet on yourself, man, because you franchised a barbershop, man. I said, he's the only person in the whole city that's done this. And man, you know, you're a smart man. You're smart friend. So you say you got 3 locations, basically. One, you got 2 locations in your first franchise.
Locations, our first franchise, and we're working on a project right now for a 4th
in another state.
Right here, we're doing a Kansas City expansion right now, and so I got my first 2 franchisees, which is Percy Starr. Other one is Lester Terry. My own blood brother, who's an executive over at T-Mobile, and so he's a part of the whole push and everything as well. He's super excited because you know, it's always been Mr. Percy Starr's vision. What I'm learning from this is that there's people that want a piece of the barber industry that have not went to barber college,
right?
And they have a dream to own a professional barber shop,
right?
And by having that type of setup, it allows that dialogue to happen, you know, where now investors can come in, sit down to the table and talk. But then not only that, it creates opportunity for your barber staff to where now barbers can not only just look at a life to where originally we just die behind a barber chair. We just hustle, die behind that chair. But now we've created this type of environment now where it's like, you don't have to die behind a chair. You know, let's get you partnered up with one of these deals that we working on.
Right.
Let's pair you up, you know, with an investor, a franchisee. Let's pair you up.
Let's get your own little small business going. So you're working for yourself instead of working for others.
That's it.
That's what we preach here.
That's it, man. And that's what the Chris Cut system is. The Chris Cut system is not something that keeps people bound, you know, behind a chair to where we're like, you know, taskmasters. You know, there you go, and that's where we expect to see you in the next 10 years.
Yeah.
Like, nah, you know, our thing is that, you know, we tell everybody, like, hey, you know, these are game plans, these are strategies that we're working on. all this stuff. I mean, just through the process with franchising and just what I've been going through that, through that whole journey, even with that, walking in the offices, man, I mean, I could just go on and on about stories, man, where I had doors shut in my face like crazy.
But you know what, though? Every time I had a door slammed in my face, it just gave me hope that thank God you didn't send me in that direction because it wouldn't have went anywhere. Exactly. So those doors shutting just means that road was not going to lead you to a solid future. So, I mean, that's cool. So what better control are you now implementing in the newer systems in your barbershops to make sure that even when you're not present or you're not around, that things are being ran properly and to the good music, good vibe, great cut standard?
Yeah. Well, you have to have employee handbooks. You have to have manuals. You have to have management. You have to have an authoritative, a flow chart.
Right.
of who's in command, who's this person, who's that person, who's this person, partners in the business.
Yeah, chain of command.
If your business is not set up, with a corporate structure, then you just hustling. And also you have no brand. You have no culture.
Right.
You just have you trying to do something, and then whenever you leave, it changes.
Yeah.
So what we done with Chris Cuts is we work very hard to build our culture to such a degree that all of our clients, like, so when people leave from Shawnee and they go over to Independence, people are saying, dang man, same energy.
Yeah. Same
energy, same vibe all the way over here,
Right.
And then when we hear the customers, say that, that just makes us feel good, we're like, okay, all right, we doing it. Now there's some people that want to go against the grain. Mm-hmm. There's always people that's going to walk in and try to challenge everything. I don't want to wear this shirt, I don't want to do this. Why we got to play this music? Why we got to, and so understanding business is understanding that your business has to have a culture, a defined culture, and the team got to be cool with it. If they're not cool with it, then find out where you need to go.
Yeah. Quality control, man.
Exactly.
And your workers, that's your brand. That's the commodity that's being sold. And you got to make sure your commodity is good commodity. And some people are going to be challenging, but those are the people that aren't going to last long because you just can't stand for that. If you want a set standard, you have to set the standard, like you said, through handbooks, through whatever rules and regulations that might need to be there. If it takes everyone dressing the same or looking the same, that's letting people feel comfortable because one person ain't overpowering the look of another person, and it just makes you feel like you're more relaxed. So I get it, man. Dude, that's...
I mean, for real, would you rather go to Quick Trip or 7-Eleven?
I'm going to Quick Trip.
Yeah. I mean, you're going to go to Quick Trip. I mean, because you go there, they happy. They got good attitudes. Come again. They out there spraying the concrete next to your car. They doing all that stuff, and they dress nice. It's fresh, it's clean.
Yeah.
And so we got to do those things to make sure we make sure the environment is always cool and that, we're staying clean, that we're staying professional. All of that, that the environment is very nice and conducive for people, to come in. And we have mothers that be driving from Leewood and stuff like that, hanging out at the shop, at Quivira. We have people, man, it's just like I said, man, it's a blessing, man, to just see the amount of diversity,
right.
Even the social economic diversity.
Yeah.
That exists there at the shop. So I'm not a big CNN or Fox News buff, especially when I hear stuff communicated that, the world is at odds against each other. And it's a breath of fresh air to me when I can come to my own establishment
and see that it ain't true.
Yeah.
Yeah. So dude, you and your wife, I want to go a little more personal now. You and your wife, you guys are volunteers. You volunteer, Crystal, right? You guys volunteer at the Community Volunteers for Down Syndrome Innovations and the Step Up Kansas City for Down Syndrome Walk. What is, can you tell me what the Community Volunteers of Down Syndrome Innovations is?
Down Syndrome Innovations, they were more popular known as the Down Syndrome Guild here in Kansas City.
Yes.
The Down Syndrome Innovations, they provide services for families who have, just like, when I looked at the program that you did, and Abigail was here,
yes,
and her daughter
has
Down syndrome as well, and so when my wife and we were hit with the news that our daughter had Down syndrome, it devastated us. I mean, nobody like that's been diagnosed in my family, with anything like that, and so we didn't know. It really caught us off guard, So Down Syndrome Innovations is a place that offers support, for families, that have children with Down syndrome, special needs, and they come with that furthered education, helping them to get. And it's beautiful to walk into a place like Down Syndrome Innovations, and especially like Sarah, who sits at the front desk. And really, I mean, she just takes care of everything.
Right.
Manages the front desk, people walking in, and Sarah has Down syndrome herself. But Sarah's able to take care of all these different things. I mean, Sarah is fully capable. She's sweeping, she's picking up this, she's jotting this down, she's picking up the phone, she's managing, she's doing all these different things. And so, like, whenever we walk in with my daughter, Mariah, she's 5 years old, my baby. That's my sweetheart.
Yep, I know.
And we walk in there with Mariah. It's just like to look at Sarah, it just gives me so much hope.
Right.
So I'm like,
she's in there working. She's in there moving around and doing her civilian thing, just like everybody else.
Just like everybody else.
Yep.
And then you see the Down syndrome community there, and even when they do the walkathon, and we do that.
And that's the Down syndrome. I mean, the Step Up Kansas City.
Step Up.
And does that have a charity?
Yes.
Okay,
yes.
We'll put that stuff up in the credits, just so if anyone out there wants to donate to the Step Up Kansas City Down Syndrome Walk. It's every year, right?
Every year.
What is it? Like a community walk where everyone meets?
All the families that have children with Down syndrome. That has Down syndrome, everybody shows up. Everybody have their own tent.
Right.
That's a tribute, to their son, their daughter, and everybody has their tent, and it's massive. It's real huge. It's a beautiful sight.
Atmosphere. Yeah.
Man, because like all the families
support.
Man, it's the amount of love you feel. The amount of energy. When you're there, it's beautiful. To see all this support. But then also you see, so many individuals who have Down syndrome that are doing really good for themselves.
Right.
I mean,
gives you hope.
Yeah. I mean, and so
that's what's up.
And so here lately, I mean, I've heard some comedians roast individuals with Down syndrome and everything that I don't approve of.
Right.
And stuff like that, and because understanding that community. You want to keep your mouth, off of people like that.
Yeah.
Because they're special. They're beautiful.
Right.
I mean, they won't harm. They won't harm anybody. I mean, they know how to keep their attitudes in check. They know how to be respectful or not hold a grudge towards somebody.
Yeah.
There's beautiful things that they have that we who call ourselves normal. Man, I mean, I question us.
Yeah,
who call ourselves normal.
Hey, I mean, it's some pretty bad people out there, and I don't think they're holding the title of having Down syndrome. So,
yeah.
But you guys, you're definitely strong in the community. You guys are definitely learning, and that's a learning process. I know she's still young. What, she's 5?
She's 5 years old.
So she's still young. So I know you guys got a long way to go. I don't know, man, if you know Abigail or not, but you might want to reach out to her and, probably talk to her about some stuff, because I know you guys, I think her daughter's a year or so younger than yours, but she's been dealing with it.
I'll be glad to hook up with Abigail. And
yeah, she's been dealing with it most of her life too, because one of her brothers also has Down syndrome. So she's been around it a little more. But like I said, it is a great community. Any type of community that you guys depend on each other to strengthen each other, man, those are the strongest communities to be in.
Exactly.
But at the same time, people need to be aware of the struggles. They need to be aware of the emotional roller coasters and help. Reach out and help as much as you can, because it's going to come a point when you need help, and when you need that help, you'll be feeling the same way. Hey, man, I wish it was something out there that was out there for me.
Yeah.
So, but you guys also are big brothers and big sisters.
Man, love that organization.
Man, I had a big brother when I was growing up. I mean, Dad was gone, It was Mom's. Mom's had to raise 3 boys, and we grew up in the hood with projects, man. Fought every day, gunshots, dope sales, gambling. You know the deal.
Yeah.
So, big brother was really important to me. He took me to church. He bought me things, and he came and hung out once a week. Dedicated his time when Christmas came around, when my birthday came around, where my dad wasn't there to pick up. I had a big brother. So
that made a big impact on your life, right?
I mean,
yeah.
I went downhill when things went downhill for him. Yeah. Because things went south in his life, and it kind of, not in a bad, like, negative way, but things went south in his life where he wasn't able to give up that extra time anymore, and it was due to his health. So, but it made me understand that the people in your life aren't always the ones that start off your life. Exactly. You run into people who are just as genuine as good parents could be, or good bigger brothers and bigger sisters. So to have a program like that, to where you can literally you depend on them brothers and sisters, because I was hurt sometimes when I can't come this week, and I'm like, oh man, sleepovers where he had like big events, church events, Monster Jam. Dude, this guy took me places that I would have never been able to experience with an older father figure.
That's the beauty
yes.
of big brothers, big sisters, man.
So give me some information on the local big brother, big sister here. I think I might be interested in getting involved in that as well, man.
They would be elated. They would be elated. Erica, who's I believe she's a chief officer of operations there, if she hasn't moved up to another position there, but she's the one who I'd usually work with a whole lot there. We participate. We have participated for over like six years, with the Legacy Golf Tournament that they do every single year, and that's a fundraising event where we'll go and we'll do the hot towel shaves on their top donors.
That's what you did. Was it last year?
Yeah.
You guys were all outside and.
Yep. Yeah. It was about because it was before COVID hit. So I think COVID-19
it was summer 2019.
Yeah, summer 2019. Because we haven't done it since COVID, because we're still kind of figuring out like how can we do all this stuff and everything. But I mean, we'd just show up and we support. They had a tough time trying to find barbers that would do hot towel shaves that would just fit their whole Legacy Golf Tournament experience. When they approached us, I mean, we were like, we want to support. I mean, we believe in the mission.
That's what's up.
We believe in what Big Brothers Big Sisters is about. And just getting connected with them, and to just see even more, just the amount of great people, the amount of great people that's reaching out, to help. And then also just looking at the needs of Big Brothers Big Sisters, man, because they serve a lot of kids. They have a lot of kids waiting, man, for a bid.
Yes.
I mean, they have a lot of kids waiting, man, and there's not that many people signing up for mentors, to be mentors.
Right.
And I've been a mentor for a long time. I used to do my own program over at Harmon High School back in KCK, in Argentine, and I labor hard. and man, and just being a mentor. I still talk to a lot of them young kids today, still to this day, and they'll reach out to me. They'll call me up, during their tough. They're grown adults now and still calling me up.
Man, because you made an impact, man.
Yeah.
That's what's up. That's the important part about it is the impact, man. But see, you got a different kind of brain. A lot of people don't have that brain like you. And what I say about that is because not only are you trying to work your mind in a self-development mentally, you are also really into self-development physically too.
Yes, sir.
You are always in the gym. I mean, you got your guns out right now, you know what I'm saying? And I'm like, so what's this gym? So I follow you, and like I said, you're not just in the gym. I mean, I seen some of your videos when you going super hard, but you always tone it down a little bit, and you bring those boys in there. I see those boys in there a lot, man. You want to talk a little bit about why you do it? You know what I'm saying?
Well, it's become something now that's a team building type thing, because even my guys, at the barbershop, it's become something where every single Sunday, 7:30 in the morning, we hook up over there at the gym, and it's my partner Luther Glover Fitness, and he's training Tyreek, and he's doing all that stuff with the Chiefs and stuff that goes over to Kelsey, and all them, and so but we go over there every single Sunday, 7:30, man, and we just get in because it's about mind, body, and spirit.
Yeah, mind, body, and spirit.
Mind, body, and spirit. You gotta have the trifecta. Have your mind right, have your body right, have your spirit right, have it all right. So you can because if we're gonna be impacting people, entrepreneurship means you got to impact people,
right?
And it's also based on your attitude, how you show up every single day.
People watching you, man. Yeah. People watching.
I mean, you own your own company, and there's a lot that you accountable for.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And so when you show up, it's the attitude, of us that impacts everyone else, and so there's times where I fell off in the past of working out, and being consistent, but this time, and I'm glad for my little brother Luther, he just stays on me. He's like, man, you need to stay in that gym, man. Stay on that gym, man. You need to keep your body together. And just he said it to me, I think it was probably about like a year and a half ago, and it clicked. And I said, it's a done deal. And so now I'm serious about it. I'm locked in. So I do that once a week, but then I got my own home gym where I do that.
So you do the lifting there, and you do that power stuff in the gym. Because boy, you be going some the little pull up. Oh man, I was like, boy, I know he hurt right now at home, boy. But you put it in, man. Hey, you're right. So if your health isn't good, and you didn't work your butt off to get this franchise operation going, next thing you know, now you sick, dying because you didn't take care of your health. You done did all that for nothing.
But see, and you mentioning, you talking about it. I mean, in all these great business books, they say all the time that wealth is not just the money.
Yep.
Wealth is your mental, and wealth is your health. Wealth is your spirituality. Money is just a benefiting.
Money don't even exist, really.
Exactly.
It's just you make money important. You put a label on money, but like you said, the mind, that's wealth.
That's it.
Your body, that's wealth.
That's wealth.
That spirit, that's wealth.
That's a true definition of wealth.
That's wealth. Money, dude, it comes and goes. You lose it, you win it. I mean, somebody can win the lotto and don't have a clue about how to spend it. You know what I'm saying? So getting in that gym, man, going hard like that with your mind, with them books, making sure you're staying in tune with your true self and not letting all the distractions get you. I read something, and I did a little TikTok thing or a Reels thing on my Facebook on my Instagram a couple of days ago, where a gentleman was on there. He basically said, everyone has a code, alarm, a notification for their phone, their bank account, They got an alarm on their house, but no one really seems to care about their focus. You know, and that focus point, who's protecting that? You know, because if you can't focus enough to understand who you are, if you can't focus enough to concentrate on where you want to be by self-educating yourself, if you can't focus enough on making sure that when things get wrong with your body, you find out what's going on with your body and you figure it out and you change the outcome of what's going on. Those things are important. And people need to know about that stuff. They don't understand how we get to where we are. They don't understand what makes you different than this guy. Mm-hmm. It's all of those three things right there. A great combination of those. You know what I'm saying? So, I mean, that health thing, man.
Well, I mean, it's funny that you said that because I was thinking earlier today, and this analogy just hit my head. It was like, are you just gonna let somebody just walk up to you and just put any kind of food in your mouth? You know, somebody say, "Hey, eat this," and you're like, "Well, what is it? Who cares? Eat it.
Eat it."
You know, and are you just gonna take it and just put it in your mouth like that and put it in your body and you don't even know what it is? But what's sad is that that's what people do every single day.
Yeah, people
wake up every single day. You don't even know. You get on your phone. You ain't even self-directed with your phone. Yep. Your phone rules you.
Yep.
You know, as soon as you get on your phone, your first notifications that come up, people get lost in it.
Forget what you picked up the phone for in the first place.
Forget what you picked up the phone, man. And there's so many distractions that's going on today. So people just got to hone in on your focus. On what your purpose is.
Yep.
Focus,
man. So what's next in your life? What you got coming up?
Man, I mean, I just put the vision board together for 2022. And that's a ritual for me, you know, every single year, every year, got to put that vision board up, you know, because we got to know where we're going.
Right.
We got to know where we're going. And so some of the things that we have that's about to come, I mean, of course we're growing, you know, on the franchise side of things, and we're going to really start putting out a lot of content, you know, social media wise and everything else, you know, concerning what's happening on that end. And we got things that also let people know on our website, you know, what's happening. But we got Styles Fine Hair Care, you know, that we're about to launch as well.
Products you're about to launch. That's what's up, man.
Yeah. So we've been working hard on that, and that's coming real soon.
Beard products too.
Beard products.
Oh, yeah,
all of that,
man.
You know,
Bomb. I need some of that right now. Where you got some on you?
It's at the crib.
I'll stop by, man. I'm serious. My bottles are low, so and my wife got the last stuff that I had.
I'll make sure that as we get our first shipments in and stuff, I'll bring some stuff over.
Cool.
Here.
That's what's up, man. I got you. I advertise that stuff too, man. For real, man.
Yeah.
But so you got healthcare products coming. I thought you mentioned something about like possibly doing some sort of like podcasting or some sort of social media outlet where you get the viewers involved and stuff.
Yeah, we got that. That's going to be coming. It's going to be dropping probably about later on sometime this year. Mm-hmm. You know, and so
you guys need help, boy. You know, to holler at the producers.
Hey, man.
Holler at the producers.
Man, one thing I know is that the universe works in great ways.
Yes, it does.
You know,
yes, it does.
You know, pulling people together. You know, everybody that needs to be connected. You know, connect.
You ain't got no control over it. Only thing you got to do is answer the door when it's a knock at it. And
that's true.
If you, cause sometimes you don't even know blessings. What kills me is people say, God, send me a sign, help me out. I need help. And God send you a sign and you look at it and it don't look attractive enough. So you push it out the door and it's like, you stupid dude, I just sent you a sign and you kicked it out. So
there's a certain saying I love. It says the opportunities, what does it say? It says the opportunities that we seek are always behind the cave that we fear to enter.
Yes. I like that.
You know,
I like that.
And I always just love that because I said, you know what? It seemed like every blessing came, you know, with, you know, at that door that, you know, you was like, nah, I ain't gonna mess with that.
Yeah.
You know,
scared, fear,
too scared.
Yeah, the fear does it, man. What knowledge could you leave our viewers with? You came from the hood, Wyandotte County, right?
Yeah.
And despite all those struggles, despite all that distraction, despite all those alleys you could have went down, you chose to go down the alley that you were in now. And I know you had support along the way. You had your wife. You've been with your wife for almost 2 decades now, right?
Yeah.
You guys have kids, and I know those are certain things that influence you, but there's still people out there that run across those same elements, and it doesn't, so there's people out there that need to know how you were able to do what you have been able to do, and maybe that might help them climb out the barrel too. What could you say to them people?
That's a good question. And I'll be 45 here come February 10th, I guess another week and a half, and as I spend a lot of time in reflection, one thing that really gets me is that, and my wife tells me this all the time. My wife tells me, she's like, you're not a man's man. My wife tells me that all the time. She's like, you just don't do things because other people tell you need to be doing this or you need to be doing that. And so reading a lot of business books and stuff like that, business psychology, helped me to understand this important thing that I think a lot of people just really don't, they really don't take seriously, and it's called self-direction.
Self-direction.
Man, I mean, straight up, you already had a voice talking to you and you've heard it,
Yep.
telling you need to do this, you need to do that, you need to do this, and you ignore the voice.
Yeah.
You ignore the voice. Stop ignoring the voice. Stop ignoring the voice. That voice is a part of your instinctive part of your human makeup. It's a part of you. And human beings have been trained. We're the only species in the whole entire world
that don't
act on your instincts.
Yeah.
And your instincts are there for you to survive.
Yep.
And so I would tell our listeners like listen to your heart, listen to that voice that's telling you to believe in yourself.
Man, that's deep, man. Man, that's a powerful way to end it, dude. That's like, you're right, man. I hope you guys listen, because that voice, it has never steered me wrong. Only when I choose to ignore it. And I've ignored a lot of my voices, and I've definitely found out here the last 10 years of my life that voice was resilient. That voice never gave up and is always there telling me,
you ain't lying.
Do it, Robert Bobby Terry say, man. Listen to that voice, man. Listen to the voice. How can the viewers reach you?
Viewers can reach me through, now, like as far as cutting hair, I've retired from being a barber, so I don't cut hair anymore. But my team, just great people. I thank God for my guy Troy Lando, my right hand, my good brother who helps, with everything as well. At chriscuts.com, if anybody needs services, from any of our people, they can go to www.chriscuts.com and they can go there and be serviced by any of our great barbers at any of our 2 locations. And they can also see what's the information based on like our Midtown location and also locations that's coming soon.
What about these barbers out here that might want to get involved in your franchising program?
We got chriscutsfranchises.com.
Ooh,
so
franchises.
So all somebody got to do is go to www.chriscutsfranchises.com and just read through everything. They can read through all the literature, everything that talks about our whole process. And then there's also a part where they can submit a form. They submit that form, we get that information,
right,
and then we contact everyone.
Interview process and get them in. Yeah.
Exactly.
Well, man, I'm so happy that you were able to sit down with me, and
it's my pleasure.
It's been a long time, man, and like I said, we both traveled the same road. I'm
so proud of you,
man. I'm
super proud of you, man.
But it's people like you that you can look across the table at, and it's like we're running, and it's like it feels good to be running and not running alone, bro.
Ooh.
This is one of those testaments that let you know. A lot of people say, "Oh man, it's ain't no way." There's I can't. So many excuses you come up with, and dude, there's proof out there that those are just excuses. Follow that voice, and that voice, man, is going to take you. Man, I appreciate it. I appreciate you coming, man. And this is going to conclude our show for this morning. Thank you all for sitting down and spending a little bit of time with old Coffee Cup Chuck and Bobby Robert Terry, the franchisee. Hey, man. You all have a wonderful, wonderful rest of your Saturday. And like always,
blessed Saturday.
Stay positive, people.
Stay positive. Stay positive.